Hello and welcome back to another episode of UNCUT XCOM 2 on iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy. We're going to play a little bit of dress up today because we got some soldiers that need promoting, and that is very important. So, our Grenadier from last time, he got promoted, and I also want to change the color of his secondary armor color. I just don't like that white on his pants because it looks like it makes it look like a target from the front. You know, this is an area on the body that you don't want getting hit. You don't want to get hit there. Okay, so anyway, let's take a look at what abilities he gets. So he can either be a heavy gunner or a demolitions expert. You can actually mix and match in between the two. So you can, you know, you don't like if you pick a skill in the heavy gunner tree, you don't have to go down this whole tree indefinitely. You can go down both trees. So blast padding, you get an extra piece of armor, and you take less damage from explosives, so that's pretty cool. It makes you a little bit tanky. Shredder, your cannon attacks actually remove target's armor, and I had a huge problem with enemies and their armor in my first playthrough. So we're gonna go ahead and take Shredder. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to encounter too much armor early in the game because I didn't in the last playthrough I did. But when I do start encountering it, if Jin Hong Jung makes it to the end, which I'm hoping he does because I'm starting to grow attached to him, then, you know, we'll see what happens. I'm probably gonna change his name. I'm gonna keep it. But anyway, we don't have to do too much to him. But we also have a new rookie that got promoted. Let's see what she turns into. Diane Wright. I'm gonna change her name. What is she? She is a ranger.
Reconnaissance unit, capable of
Look
moving
at that.
independently in concealment while engaging enemies at close range.
Look at that. So the ranger is basically the close range unit. They've got a shotgun and a sword. So they're pretty badass, I'm not gonna lie. The ranger is probably the only unit that I feel comfortable leaving just sleeveless forever. So let's go into customize a little bit. She's very angry. She's very serious. But you know what? What we're gonna do? We're gonna change her name because I don't think Diane Wright is it. I don't like Diane Wright. But also what we're gonna do? We're gonna make her. Yeah, sure. She's okay. So she's from America as the default. I don't like the dirty braid. It's just a little bit. On a little side note, bangs are the ugliest hairstyle in the universe. If you have bangs, cut them off. Okay, here we go. Faux hawk ponytail. That looks aggressive. She looks angry but stylish. And let's change the face too. Let's change it up a little bit. Okay, we got some options here. We got some options. Okay, we got some options. You know, the cool thing about XCOM is that every face that we've got, they all look like soldiers. Like, these aren't beauty pageant winners. These are soldiers, okay? It's not this, I'm not trying to say they're ugly, but they're soldiers, damn it. And they're here to fight. What's her hair color gonna be? What the hell? Let's make her blonde. It's obviously dyed, but what the hell? Yeah, she's shaping up. She's interesting now. She's interesting. So what color are the Rangers gonna be? Well, they're also the stealth unit, but I don't want to make the Rangers the same color as the snipers. And I don't want to make them purple either. I do like the green though. It makes them feel like sort of a commando. And in my last playthrough, I was making all of the Rangers brown, just because it looked cool. So why not? Let's make them like a sort of dark green. Let's make them look like the commando. Yeah. So let's go in and take a look at the arms and all that. Yeah, I'm okay with these units being sleeveless. I'm okay with it because they have swords on their backs, so they look like the type of soldier that's like, you know what, fuck it, I'll go into battle sleeveless. because I'm a badass. Like, it's not appropriate for a sniper. It just feels odd, in my opinion, for a sniper to be like, yeah, let's go sleeveless. It's like, why are you going sleeveless, bro? You're a sniper. Like, I just don't feel like snipers would want to go sleeveless. Maybe I'm wrong for that. Maybe I'm wrong for thinking that. Maybe, if you're a sniper and you're watching this playthrough, tell me, would you go sleeveless, or would you not go sleeveless if you had the option? That's the real question. And last but not least, we may as well make the gun match the armor. The curtain does match the drapes, ladies and gentlemen. The gun matches the armor. That's cool. I like it. I like her. So, Diane Wright, I'm going to change her name to Stacy Lopez. Okay, the police are gone now. Now, this guy, he's our sniper. His name is currently Stephen Mayer. And the persona we're going for with Stephen Mayer is he's from the South. He's from the United States, from somewhere in the South. And he before the aliens came and invaded, he used to shoot rabbits on his porch. But Stephen Mayer does not sound like a name of somebody that used to shoot rabbits on their porch. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change his name to Bob. His name is Bob. That's ridiculous. My name is Bob. That's right. My first name is Bob, and my last name is Bob. And I am from Georgia, and I used to shoot rabbits on my porch before the aliens came down, and now there are no more rabbits for me to shoot. So I shoot at the Advent because it's just about the same thing. Because they're not tough. The Advent soldiers are not tough at all. Tough? I don't know if that's a good Southern accent, but here we go. We got Bob on the field. Okay, so yeah, this is nice. I like what's happening to our soldiers right now. We've got who's our crew right now? We've got Jin Hung Jung. He's the only original guy in terms of the name. We got Bob, and Stacy Lopez. So we've got 3 actual soldiers, 3 rookies. The roster is actually thinning out, so I'm gonna have to recruit more people. I'm gonna recruit more soldiers, and I'm gonna try and get as many people leveled up as possible so I can have a diverse lineup of guys, because it's just ridiculous. The last time I just didn't have enough soldiers and too many people got wounded, and there were missions when I was sending only rookies. I would send like an entire squad of rookies to the field, and that was horrible. And I think my game just froze. Okay, so my game did freeze, and I had to reload it. I had to restart everything. And you remember that soldier I was making? What was her name? Something Lopez? Well, she was a ranger, now she's a specialist. Her name is now Stephanie Lopez. Kept the same face, kept the same hair, but the uniform is a different color because the game froze, and I didn't get a chance to save her when she was a ranger, and this time RNG turned her into a specialist. So now she's got a gremlin and a nice gray suit of armor and a nice gray gun and some nice gray pants, and I'm pretty upset about that. But it's okay. We're going to move right along. We're going to blow past it. And what we're going to do is the Guerrilla Tactics School. I do have an engineer available to help me build it. But what I can also do, so there's a lot of different resources in play in XCOM 2 at any given time. But the basic ones are the amount of power you have available on your ship, your engineers, your scientists, your alloys, your Illyrium, and your intel, and your supplies. Those are your basic resources, right? Now, in order to build different facilities, you need supplies and power. And you can speed up the construction of different facilities and enhance facilities by assigning engineers to work on those specific projects. So if I assign an engineer to work on the Guerrilla Tactics School, it'll build faster, right? But what I want to assign her to do is to excavate this alien debris. And the reason why is because you get a couple of supplies for doing that. So I want that. And the more stuff you excavate, the more things you can build, and you know, you get a little bit of supplies out of that. The supplies are basically your money. That's your currency as the resistance. So that's what we're doing. And I think that's actually pretty much the last thing we have to do this time. But I guess what we can do before we close out completely is take a look at the map before we go on, because things have changed a little bit. Just a little tiny bit. Whoop. Misclicked for the win. Go back in. Okay. So our current objective is to research resistance communications. And I'm kind of doing it wrong because I'm researching magnetic weapons, and that takes 25 days. So what I need to do is, I'm assuming I need to change my research in order to actually be able to communicate with the different resistance members. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cancel that magnetic weapon research, and that's fine. It's fine. I just, I was trying to rush and just get some really good guns right away.
Hello, Commander. Work is well underway.
But what are you going to do?
Sometime yet before my research is complete.
I'll research resistance communication. Yes, switch the
Commander,
research.
you've
But I think
considerable
I can
resources
actually
toward the current
resume.
research
Yeah, so
project.
this
However,
research,
we can move on to something
when I pick it
else
up
if you
again,
prefer. I'll ensure
it
that
goes
this new
right
project takes
where I
highest
left off. And
priority.
yes, I know I'm talking
Once we
over
have
Dr.
something
Tygan.
to
He's not saying
report,
anything
I'll
important.
notify you.
But
From
so-
my own experience, Advent generally deploys heavy security rather than subterfuge when it comes to protecting their primary facilities, at least the ones I had access to personally. If they have gone to the trouble of hiding this black site, I suspect our findings there will lead us to even greater questions.
I'm sure of that as well, Dr. Tygan. That was a nice little piece of information. I really, really enjoy those little bits of communication that the different characters give you while you're in HQ. So right now, we're back on the map, and because we haven't researched resistance communication, we can't actually discover any new territories. All we have is our HQ, right? But what we can do is there's this little spot over here. The resistance has detected activity of interest here. If the Avenger scans in this area, XCOM can investigate these reports. So we're going to go over here and we're going to start scanning. And when we start scanning, the reward for completing this scan was 4 rookies, and I need all the soldiers I can get. I need all the help I can get because my soldiers are going to die. One person's going to die on every mission, clearly. Maybe I should just bring 1 rookie as an expendable soldier on every mission. But anyway, let's start this scan up. See what we can find. And boom. So I got Jane Myers, Shane something, and some other people. So I got 4 new rookies. Okay. Alright. So there we go. So we got 4 rookies out of that. One cool thing that might actually happen is I put all of the memorable characters from my previous playthrough in my character pool, which means they might actually pop up randomly as a soldier reward or a rookie during the playthrough. So that would be pretty cool if an old soldier that used to be alive gets reborn. So let's go back to the Resistance HQ and twiddle our thumbs a little bit more. So this this might seem like one of the more boring parts of the game, because it is, but it's actually really cool. It's just another layer of the game, and this game has a lot of layers. It's complicated, and the debris has been cleared. Let's actually view the room. Actually didn't want to do that. I wanted to just go here, and there's more debris that I can clear. I get a little bit more supplies out of it, and this one engineer is just putting in work. She's cleaning out or he's cleaning out just all these facilities by himself. And probably the next thing we're gonna have to build is probably a resistance communication relay, but we can't build it now because we're still researching that. So let's go back. Yeah, this is definitely the slow part of the game where you're just kind of I can understand why some people might find this part tedious, but it's a nice break from killing stuff, because in this part, like, there's no stress. There's no stress that you have to worry about. You don't have to trouble yourself with, oh my god, is this shot gonna hit him? And you know, it's just kind of, and there's lore. There's so much stuff for the more nerdy members of the audience to really get into, and I like reading that stuff too. I'm definitely a little bit nerdy. By replicating the communications equipment we've developed on the Avenger, we should be able to Oh, I don't need that right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to continue my magnetic weapon research. If I can get big guns as soon as possible, this playthrough will go extremely well. That's what I'm looking to get, the big guns as quickly as possible. Alright, so before we go back to... I think I can actually build... Yeah, see, now I can build a resistance communication facility, but I don't have enough supplies to do so. So that's unfortunate, but, you know, what are you going to do? So now we go back to the globe once again. Once I get better at this, I'll actually be able to...
We can now work to establish contact with local resistance groups operating out of regions...
I'll actually be able to
Once we've collected
like,
sufficient
talk
intel
about
to make
stuff
contact,
that's happening. He's not talking about anything that I haven't already mentioned. I misclicked again. Once I actually get better at this, then I'll actually be able to talk about stuff that is unrelated to what I'm doing on screen while I'm doing it. So that's something to look forward to in the future. But our guerrilla tactics school is almost finished. But anyway, we're going back to Africa. Maybe it's a racial thing because I'm black, and it's like it just automatically starts me in Africa. Or maybe it just starts everybody in Africa, right? It doesn't have to be a race thing. I should cut that part out because that was weird. That's not a joke that I would normally make. Yeah. So let's get to the scanning. I try to make jokes sometimes. You know, it doesn't always go well. Here we go. Incoming transmission. Looks like we got a mission to go on before we got to finish our scan, and we get a scientist and some intel, so that's pretty good. And it's an extract a VIP from an Advent City. I like those missions. So that's what we're gonna do next time. But for now, we're gonna take a little break. So thank you for watching iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy. We will be back soon, very soon, and we're gonna pick it up. We're gonna be on a mission next time. No more of this boring geoscape bullshit. Right? We want to get on the ground. We want to kill some freaking aliens. Alright, so thank you for watching.